He's leaving. No. No. Nah, I'm just kidding, y'all. But we are going to go ahead and get into the whole Ime Udoka leaving Boston for the Brooklyn Nets. Please like and subscribe. And if you have a second, I would love for you to comment. Let's get into it. Let's go. So I want to say the news came out about 3 or 4 days ago that the Brooklyn Nets were interested in Ime Udoka. It came out that they were having some type of negotiations. They had asked the Celtics if they could speak to him, even though he's suspended for the year. And Celtics obliged. They let him, speak to the Brooklyn Nets. And as of right now, I believe they're going to be signing him. Per Adrian Wojnarowski, he could be on the bench sometime in the next week or so. So that's it's a very new development and something that we're all kind of waiting to see how it's going to play out. He obviously was suspended for the year, and they didn't know if they were going to bring him back next year. So that's something that, this is something that could have happened. We all knew about the issue. We all knew about the scandal. So if you didn't see this coming, I don't know what's wrong with you. The reason I was fake crying at the beginning of the video is because I am kind of upset. He was a great coach. I mean, to be able to take a very young team to the Eastern Conference Final, and, I think they won 2 or 3 games in the final that last season. It's huge. It's really, really big. So I thought that, he was going to stay here. We were going to have a good couple of years. We were going to continue to build on the momentum that we already created, and, just continue to go from there. But obviously, this is life. This is what happens. This is what happens on the business side of basketball. And it's something that, it's the good with the bad and the bad with the good. You really got to roll with the punches and kind of go for it. As of right now, the Celtics look decent with their new coach, Joe Mazzulla. They look like they still have that same defensive identity that Ime Udoka installed, which is really good. That's what they were lacking. But they also need maybe 1 or 2 more pieces. I think they need Robert Williams back because I think he was great as a center. I think he's a good rim protector and somebody that can really, really, really affect the game, the flow of the game. Other than that, I think they may continue to, need shooters. I think right now adding Malcolm Brogdon was good as far as like ball handling, but we don't really have any pull-up shooters. I know Sam Hauser is starting to come around, but there's definitely times in the game where I feel as though he lacks effort. And I don't want to say that he lacks effort because I know he's out there trying, but I need him to have that mentality where it's like, you're going to make these threes. But again, guys, I just want to wish Ime Udoka well. I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to be a really good team. I think it may take a year or 2 to kind of put all the pieces together. If Kyrie stays, if KD stays, if Ben Simmons stays, and of course Ime Udoka. I think with that core, I think if you add a couple role players, they already have Claxton, they already have a couple good players on the bench. I think they can really be really successful. I think the one thing that's going to stop them is, are we going to have issues with Kyrie over the last few years? That Kyrie's been there. There's been the whole vaccination issue. Now, right now, they're dealing with the whole, like, anti-Semitic thing. I know they just kind of, tried to, not get rid of the issue, but they're trying to, kind of downplay it right now. The Nets and Kyrie have both donated about $500,000 to some organizations because of Kyrie's comments in the last few weeks. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Again, I think the Nets can be really successful if Kyrie doesn't, not just Kyrie. I mean, anybody can have problems, but going over the history, Kyrie has a proven track of having some issues with coaches, and I don't want to use the word drama queen, but there has been some stuff with the whole like bringing Sage in the TD Center, telling telling the media that he was, explaining coaching concepts to Brad Stevens. Like, even if you were doing those type of things, that's not stuff that you say to the media because it just makes the coach look horrible. So again, if they can work through some issues, I think they have a really good team. I think they're extremely talented. I think as far as like talent wise, they might be number 1 in the NBA. So again, if you want me to have an official prediction, I think my official prediction for the Brooklyn Nets 22-23 season, I think they're going to be a play-in team. They're probably going to end up right around like 9 or 10. And if they get into the playoffs, they're pretty deadly. They have two really good players in KD and Kyrie. KD still being one of the top 3 players in the NBA. Kyrie being amazing with ball handles. And again, just because I said those things earlier about him, you know, his issues off the court, on the court, this man is a beast. A beast. A beast. So please, please, please put some respect on their name. They are a really good team. Can they get it together to the point where they can become an NBA championship team? Who knows? You know, that chemistry can be dangerous in the playoffs, and you know, they can take it far from there. So again, guys, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. If you have a second, please like and subscribe. And please comment on these videos, guys. I want to hear what you guys think. You know what I mean? Like, I love sports so much, but it's always good to hear other people's opinions. So once again, love you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Peace out from Big C.